Well, I do thank you for being part of News at 8 this evening. My name is John Jimmy Musimbi, and this evening we are discussing agricultural insurance. With me in studio is Julie Kasenya, who is the head of retail and agriculture at MUA Insurance, who is our guest. And we are getting into the details of this discussion right away. Madam Juliet, you're most welcome to News at 8.
Thank you for having me.
I would love to understand from you, what is agriculture insurance?
Agriculture insurance, I'll term it as protection. If you're doing farming as a business, we are trying to protect that business. So agriculture per se, I'm going to look at it as my business, and insurance is protecting that business. So that is agriculture insurance.
Okay, how does this work?
How it works. I think for now, let me first introduce what we have as agriculture insurance, then to give you the chronology of how it works. Agriculture insurance started way back in 2014. In 2016-2017 financial year, we lobbied for a government subsidy, and we were actually given a government subsidy of 5 billion in 2016-2017. So the government has been supporting farmers to pay their premium. Initially in 2014, yes, it was there, but farmers found it so expensive. You're like, okay, we had to go to the government, and then now at the moment we have government support when it comes to paying premiums. In terms of crops, we are looking at people who have between 1 acre to 5. So that is a very smallholder farmer. Then a big scale is someone who is doing, in terms of amount, in terms of value, that is someone who has below 30 million. Then for someone who has over and above 30 million in terms of what they actualize from the farm for a season, anyone above that is a big scale farmer. So we have products for big scale farmers, and then we have products for smallholder farmers. Also, what is covered under agriculture insurance, we have crops, we have fish, we have animals, and we have poultry. And things like forest or something like that, all those things are covered. So we have crops that are covered under the subsidy. However, there are some people who are doing crops that are not under the subsidy. If the client is willing to pay 100% of their premium, well and good, we go ahead and insure it.
Madam Juliet, I would love to understand, how can one insure their farm, and what process do they go through to claim?
Like I said, what we normally do before even someone insures their farm, we come, we train you. Most of the time we go out there and train farmers. Some are in groups, others are big scale farmers, whereby for them they have large square miles of farm. So we go and sit down with them, we agree, we give them a quotation. Yeah? When we agree, the client pays the premium, and then the process goes. So what happens is, we have seasons. We have different seasons. We have season A and season B, most especially. We have 2 seasons in Uganda. So what happens, those that are seasonal, we cover for seasonal. Let me give an example, maize. Maize normally takes about 3 months. So we shall give you a window of 6 months. That means we shall begin about plant in February until 31st of July. That is when now the season A will end. So we do it seasonally. So when we agree, so we give you everything that you need as a farmer. One thing what happens is, you as a farmer, you know your business very well. So most of the time, what you always have to do, in case of anything on your farm, you have to let your insurer know. Because it is a business, you're trying to protect your business. So when you just keep quiet and you're like, it is insured, and the insurance company will take care of it, no. Because what we need as insurance company is a good farmer who practices good agronomical practices. You have to weed. You have to spray when you're supposed to spray. It is not that you leave it there, and then what we cover as insurance companies, we cover those things that most of the time are acts of God. Things like drought. When God says it's not going to rain, and it doesn't rain. So things like drought, excessive rainfall, floods, windstorm damages, hailstorm damages, uncontrollable pests and disease. When we talk about uncontrollable pests and disease, we are talking about things like locusts. Recently, I think we had locusts in the north, so those are the things that we touch. So things that are actually declared by the government that are uncontrollable, or there's nothing that we can do about them. So that is when insurance company comes into play.
We understand there are some local commercial farmers out there who have no idea about agricultural insurance. Are there any efforts you're doing to ensure that these people get to know some of these products and insurance of agriculture?
Yeah, what is really happening out there, we are trying as much as possible to train farmers on the grassroots. We go down actually to very many groups down there in the villages to train farmers. We've done it with radio stations. I'm now doing it at Family TV. So all this we are trying to let our farmers know that agriculture insurance exists.
What is Agro Consortium and how can farmers benefit from this?
What is Agro Consortium? Agro Consortium is a fund, or I can call it a collection of different insurance companies that came together to provide agriculture insurance to our farmers. At the moment, we are 13 insurance companies that are under the consortium that provide agriculture insurance. The reason why Agriculture Insurance Consortium, so that we can be able to speak the same language, to sell the same product, out there, and also that is where the subsidy sits. Because if every insurance company would run to the Ministry of Finance to get subsidy money because of what they have written, so what happens? It's now one channel, which is Agro Consortium, that runs to Ministry of Finance so that our farmers can benefit. So benefits of agriculture insurance, I can call it peace of mind. If I'm insured and I've done everything that I ought to do as a farmer, the only thing I need to wait for is harvest. But in case maybe there was drought and I'm insured, I did everything that I had to do under the sun, but still I did not harvest anything. So because there was a lot of drought, there was a lot of sun, there was a, then that is when now agriculture insurance comes into play. Agriculture insurance will only take care of those insurable risks, not things that, like, you did not weed your farm. Yeah, so I call it peace of mind. You can have peace of mind when you're insured. Return to investment. Sometimes most people go to banks to get loans. Yeah, and then at the end of the day, they are going to lose their crop. So that means this person has to even run away from their home because they do not have any money. So what happens here is, return to investment. Yes, we invested, you lost, then insurance company puts you back to that position you were before the loss.
Well, thank you so much, Madam Juliet Kasenya, Head of Retail and Agriculture from MUA Insurance, for making time to speak with us.
Thank you for having me.